Hello everyone, Likely Matt here. When it comes to talking about one of my favorite superheroes, and considering how most superheroes are now just murderous psychopaths,
That escalated quickly.
I appreciate the Boy Scout superhero a hell of a lot more now. But now it has finally come. The kickoff to the DCU. If you didn't know, prior to this, we had the DCEU, which the whole point of that was that Man of Steel was supposed to be a kickoff for that. And, well, it kind of just devolved into garbage movies. And then they just rushed it out, so we ended up with a Frankenstein abomination no one likes to talk about.
Oh, negative. Universal donor.
Universal donor.
After that, it kind of just devolved into a bunch of solo movies with somehow Aquaman pulling in big bucks with $1 billion movie. And it's freaking Aquaman. But obviously, the cinematic universe finally died off. But they got the guy who did Guardians of the Galaxy to redo it all again. Because, well, the whole thing of a cinematic universe can still work. I mean, the MCU is on hard times, which I'll make a video on, but it can work. So, once they got James Gunn as president of DC, they wanted him to reboot everything. And, well, kind of. Some of his projects did get dragged in, but I kind of understand not wanting your really, genuinely really good projects to die off with a garbage cinematic universe. So, they still needed a way to tie in fans properly. A big movie that could bring fans together and say, this could be something great. And, oh, wait, no, they can't do Batman. Well, Superman's pretty good, let's go with him again. It certainly worked last time. This Superman movie was announced a while ago, but finally, it has come out, July 11th. Now, the trailers have shown that this movie's tone is way lighter than what Zack Snyder originally planned. And yeah, there was a couple of things going on prior to the release. First off, there were a lot of Snyder fans who were still salty, and honestly, I understand why you'd be mad. Henry Cavill was a solid actor, and genuinely, even though the tone was a bit dark for a Superman and entire Justice League story, I still liked it. There were aspects of it that worked, but I think James Gunn's vision works a little bit better in my eyes. But, of course, some Snyder fans were calling this movie garbage before it even came out, making up plans to basically make sure the film did horribly, and bullying the actors off social media. And plus, this movie also had to get released around the same time as the Jurassic World movie, which, no, didn't do that well, and an upcoming Fantastic Four movie. So, Superman needed to do well. To be precise, it needed to make over $700 million. And I'm pretty sure that might actually just be to break even because of the marketing for that movie. But, let's get to it. Was the movie actually good? Well, I went into the cinemas to find out and see the results.
2 hours later.
Holy shit. Okay, maybe there's like one or two little things that don't really look super polished, but genuinely, this movie does so much right and so much I want about a Superman movie. First off, it pays respects to the original Christopher Reeve movies. A lot of cool references and visuals that are very reminiscent of it. And it is great to see them here. Even in the credits, I was enjoying it. Secondly, this movie is perfect for a gate opener for more characters and events to build a cinematic universe out of. And, of course, it is a unique take on the character, a more weak and vulnerable Superman. You see, unlike Henry Cavill's Superman, this one, it can be scared, afraid, and emotional. He's different because he feels more human, and that's what makes him
a good Superman, this movie is also really bright and colorful and has a lot of character. I mean, come on. When was the last time you saw a movie with this much color that isn't something like Guardians, with that also being one of James Gunn's movies? He knows how to include color to make things look visually appealing, and this movie does such a good job. I also really like a lot of the story. It is very interesting, and I won't try and spoil it. The simplified version is that we skip all of the origin stuff, which is so good and refreshing, and jump straight into the action, but still giving us enough context to understand how it all led up to this. And so, the whole thing is that Superman was getting involved with a war. We get to see about Clark and Lois's relationship, the world around them, how society is reacting to Superman, and how it all accumulates to one big final event. And I really enjoyed it. Oh, and the actors? Top tier. Nicholas Hoult did a perfect job as Lex Luthor, and to me, needs to stay that way, because he is the perfect Lex Luthor, and genuinely, it is a great performance. And genuinely, I love David Corenswet as Superman. I think that he is probably how I interpret Superman. Christopher Reeve, Henry Cavill are both great, but I think David has done an amazing job.
Nice.
Heck, all of the actors have done a great job. And the characters they embody is so well done. I already talked about how Superman is well characterized. Lois isn't a damsel in distress, but she's not full on taking on the bad guys herself. She's helping in her own way with the power of journalism. And Krypto is a fun little dog that we all really adore, and he doesn't show up all the time to take the spotlight, but he shows up enough that you know he's there, and he's super cute. Oh yeah, Superman's biological parents are actually terrible people, and kind of, we're planning on him just being their ruler or something. Honestly, it is an interesting take on it. I do not hate it at all. It is an interesting and unique take on it, and really made Superman struggle and question what he believed he was sent to do, and why he's here, and why he does this. And that's what makes Jonathan Kent and his speech even better, which now I'm going to talk about. They also did Jonathan Kent some justice and gave him one of the most emotional, and oh my god, I actually cried. It was such a good scene where he was giving a good speech, and it was genuinely so nice to see, especially with how well it ties into how it develops Superman and what the movie tries to tell you. And Lex Luthor being a very intimidating and more serious, but still fitting the tone. Every other character is great. Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, and Ultraman. Oh boy, Ultraman was pretty great. I loved this movie, and the thing that I really liked was the future it held, because it means that every movie going forward could get even better. And oh my god, if this is what DC movies are nowadays, I am thrilled to see what it's going to be like. And no, I think James Gunn's better than Snyder. Yeah, sorry Snyder fans, but this just hits so much harder, and it is genuinely a peak movie. Dare I say, in my top 10 movies of all time. Honestly, I am really excited for what the future holds, and how well it has started. Man, this is a perfect way to start things off. And man, on its own, it's a great Superman movie, and I am very satisfied with this watch. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe button. It's totally free, and you'll get notified whenever I make a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.